Hello, welcome to the channel. This is 27th. I'll need to get this thing sorted. How does that work? Seems to have run out of gas. It's brilliant for lighting things low. Right, this is a fire lighting session.
Surgery to enjoy more time with my children. I did it to help improve my type 2 diabetes. I did it to enjoy long walks and to feel more healthy. I did it to
I think that's going to go alright.
I did it to help inform my family. I went away by surgery to helping thousands of people nationwide get their lives back. Inquire today for a free consultation.
I don't think I'm going to need it on all day today because it's I think well, I don't know, it's sunny outside, but so I had it on all day yesterday. It's just to stop the central heating from coming on, save money. I went and picked up some more wood last night as well. There's actually tons of it. So I'm going to buy a chainsaw today. So I'm learning more about dealing with narcissists. One thing you can do with them is ignore them, which is kind of what I'm doing, and it's probably more than less. Look at that. I think it's better not using paper to light it. So that's all that is some of the sort of more thinner logs from Chamflair Estates. How it would kindle them, I've just sort of found the thinner ones that came from the batch and sort of a couple of little firelighters. So I think, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a fire pit and burn my paper outside. Ironically, the Numpty that complained about it burns stuff outside, but that's kind of like, it's one of the issues in modern times with the sort of the green thing allows narcissists to use that as a weapon against people, but it's like the hypocrisy as well. There's a huge part of the hypocrisy with it, with the green net zero nonsense, because they can use that against other people, and they can also ignore their own person. So that's what is it I was trying to say? It's an analogy, isn't it? Because all that green stuff is everywhere on social media, from the education systems. The universities and schools are pushing it. What I did last night, I deleted all my comments on Facebook. I think comment on Facebook is it's potentially dangerous. You know, Donald Trump. It's all wackers. I was getting involved in there's a thing going on at Cowie. There's a big factory there, and SEPA took them to the High Court in Edinburgh. It was about lead, stuff that they were burning. It turns out that SEPA couldn't. It turns out that they didn't have a case against them. So it turns out that the factory was not putting people at risk burning lead. So then all the local nutters are up in arms. But yeah, I get it. I mean, you've got a factory next to you. You're worried about the atmosphere and stuff. The problem is they seem to be concentrating on that, and they don't seem to be giving a shit about the net zero stuff, like the battery storage facility that they're planning to build. So the local councillor engaged with me, and I actually went and deleted my comments, and the reason is that I don't think it's safe to really discuss things in a public forum. The other main problem with it on Facebook is it doesn't make any difference. It's the biggest problem. So I'm going to for the most part I could discuss that stuff on YouTube here. Problem being that I did get into trouble for talking about a specific pandemic. So if we can avoid that, that'd be good. So I'm feeling a wee bit bad about it. I'm like, well, you shouldn't have deleted all your comments, but nobody's going to listen. Nobody cares. Let them. I mean, for me, the point of view I've got is that you've got this factory in Cowie and it's providing jobs. I don't exactly. I did try to find out. It's thousands. It's not thousands in Cowie, but that company's got thousands of employees, and it seems to me that the numpties are trying to shut it down. NIMBYism, because they don't want it to be there. You know. So the thing is, with that sort of thing is, if you shut factories and stuff like that down, they just go somewhere else. You know, and if you don't want people to have work, you know, that's going now, isn't it? That is definitely going. Oh yeah, see, so no paper, nothing. Look, 27th of 27th of September, without any paper. 27th September, it is 3 minutes past 8, and there is no paper being used. So back to the Numpty. He's been burning rubbish in his garden, but that's fine. But then I videoed it, and I didn't, you know, I felt bad about doing it at the time, and I thought I'm going to video that. And the reason I'm going to video it was because that bastard will blame me. So I'm ready for him. He's going to get a fright. He's going to get a fright. You really want it, you know, when you're going to mess with people, you better think about it first. Not everybody's numpties, you know. So, yeah, the thing about that factory is, I think the whole country's a disaster. Scotland's a disaster. I mean, they're trying to shut a fact. That's what they're trying to do. Let's be honest about this. They want to shut it, and it doesn't fit their green. But it makes the products for houses. It's just it's weird. It's weird. Weird. The thing is, if you live next to a factory, right, you really need to. You need to up your game and find somewhere better to live. Really, sadly it sounds a bit harsh, but that's really what you need to do. If you want to shut the factory, then you've got to really think the ramifications for the community you live in, the wider ramifications, you know. How's it going to affect? But most of them are. So we're turning it as society. See, I really felt it yesterday. I was out washing my van in the car, and the bins were out, and an electric car pulled up. outside in the street, and there was two men in it. Probably should have videoed it, but I don't really want to video too much on my own private residence, you know. But, well, you can if you want, but I think it was something to do with the bins. They go around, and I was just thinking, this is 2024. We've got two men with filming equipment sitting in a little electric car, and you can hear the noise of the motors, because they sound weird, don't they, electric cars? Sitting there. I don't know, I think it was something to do with bins. I don't actually know for sure what they were doing. But I have noticed when the bins go out, you know, when the bin lorry goes out, that there's a little car. Now the thing, like, so this sort of, it feels, you could get paranoid and think it's some kind of surveillance thing. So what the fuck are they doing there? I was going to go and say to them, what are you doing there? But then I kind of realised, I think it's something to do with the bins. I don't know what they're doing. Why do they need to go around in their car? I could have went and asked them. But some of these muppets, like the Numpty, Narcissistic Numpty, he thinks that he's got the system at his fingertips. And it's all, I think he thinks it's all set up for him. So this is back to, if you use the system against someone, be aware that they're going to use it against you. And that is definitely going to happen. And I don't really want this. I don't want to do this, but I don't really have a lot of choice. But there you go. So there's a fire going. It's been great the last, since I stopped using paper. It's actually been a good thing. Another thing I noticed yesterday, so one of my neighbours has got this tree, and it's got like little thin little, they're not leaves, but it must be part of the leaves or something coming off. And when you look around, it looks like they are, it kind of looks like somebody could mistake them for something that's coming out of fire. They're little wee thin things. So I went and photographed and videoed them, because they landed on top of all my cars. Not that I'm bothered about that, I don't care. I like trees. But in case some idiot decided that they would blame the log burner on the little tiny things that are coming off the tree. You just, so it's just that it's the state of the world we're in, you know. It's like, say, well, that's if you think about it, that's terrible that you've got to go around recording everything. And I never used to do that. I do that now quite a lot, yeah. I do that quite a lot now, recording. And when you come up, if there's any hassle at all about anything, you're way in front if you've got records, you know, evidence. And if you don't, the numpties can beat you. The numpties, because they think they can work the system to their advantage, and they do that mainly by bullying people. So this specific individual, he talks to me like I'm a complete moron. What he doesn't, he just, I think he probably just thinks he's better than everybody, but I don't know. It's like when you speak to people, you don't really, you can assess people, but you have to treat people with a certain level of respect, and that's missing there. Regardless of what their sexuality is, or their gender identity, or, you know, their ethnicity. And that's what I do in life, is I treat people equally, regardless. And that's the whole thing about the male and female roles and things. At the end of the day, if you present yourself in any specific way, that's your business, and I'll do business with you as long as we operate in a respectful way. I don't care. What I'm saying to you is, I don't actually care where you come from. However, if you know, I do have, you have to protect yourself as well. So I mean, this whole sort of thing is really about the business world and everything, and how people present themselves, and then there's, I suppose there's a conflation going on there, yeah. So that's why you have, in the business world, men are grey. You know, you don't really, you're not supposed to be loud, you're supposed to be grey. Conservative or small c. And women are more, tend to be a bit more, I mean, women can be, it all depends what their role is. I'm getting into something here. So I think this is just a fire lighting session, so I think it's time for it to be over. Basically, what I do is actually people with respect and decency until they start being dickheads. Now, at the car boot sale, you'll get people. Now, this is where you really learn. If somebody wants to learn, that'd be a good thing to put your kids to a car boot sale, although they're probably too lazy to do it. But people will try. Oh, there's a lady in Edinburgh turns up right at the start a few months ago. I gave you a £20 note. I says, no, you fucking well didn't. Because I've got your £10 in my hand right here. Oh, I says, I gave you, no, you didn't. I says, here's the, so you know what I mean? That's what people do. And then she would have made herself £10 for doing nothing. You know, you get, that's why you've got to learn techniques. When somebody gives you money, it's cash, you keep it in your hand before the transaction's over. And I always say, okay, and I count it out twice. So it's just a case of just protecting yourself. So like 9 times out of 10 or 19 times out of 20, everybody's fine. But you'll get the odd one that's at it. So you've got to protect yourself. Maybe this is an analogy for life. Yeah, maybe it probably is. The car boot sale. I mean, people do these things and sometimes they get I've seen it happening, they get the better of people, and I says to Heather, I says, oh, but I just gave them it. I says, Heather, why did you just give it to them? You know that they've done you, and you know how to do this. But oh well, I didn't want to upset them. I says, what do you mean? They've just robbed you. I says, it's a simple thing. You keep a hold of the money they've given you in your left hand, and you give them the change in your right hand. Or somehow you hold on to it, don't put it away. Oh dear, I'm going off on a tangent here. Right, so the fire's on. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. Bye! We'll have one last look at it. I'm using this holder thing, it's a bit iffy. I think it could break at any moment. Oh, that's Stammer, he's just an absolute arsehole. Oh my god, I wouldn't trust you to bloody feed the cat. Oh, right. Alright. Yeah, that's not brilliant. That's what happens when you... Ugh. Oh, aye. So, the heat of that's amazing. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah. At least the fire alarm's working. Oh, it works! It works! I think partly what happened there was because I was filming. I was a bit. If I wasn't filming, I would have had two hands. I would have got that put back in right away. So that's what happens. The fire alarm is working. So we're going to end that video. I better not open the door again. We'll let it burn down. You could probably say I've overloaded the fire. Probably. Thanks for watching. Bye! Oh, Donald.
You might win him, but you don't get him. Nigel is a fantastic person.
Nigel, I like Nigel, yeah. Of course, Keir, Stammer won't like Donald. Yeah, so when you lose respect for people, this is what's happened in this particular problem I've got. It's not really a problem, but is if you have no respect for people, then it's going to go south, and you're gonna have to reap the consequences of that, because you've got to get on with people, and if you can't get on with people, so you could say that about me and say, well, you can't get on with people. That's true. I do have difficulties getting on with people. Yeah, so that's a good point. I try to get on with people. I don't always. I think I come across as being a bit direct, or a bit strange, or a bit rude, or I don't mean to be rude. I either come on full, or I don't really have much of an in between. I've no filter, apparently, according to psychiatrists. According to several people over the years, I don't have a filter. There's a filter missing, so I don't know where to get a filter from. Did you go to Halfords and get a filter? Can I get a filter for me? I doubt it. Right, so I better go. That's the end of the video. It's 21 minutes. Thanks for watching. Bye! I hope Donald wins.